What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your host here at TFD, and today, man, we got some heat out in New York City. Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, she's in the middle of some serious buzz right now. Let's get into it. Let's go. Now listen, the Indiana Fever just got straight up rocked by the New York Liberty last night. No sugarcoating it. Y'all, that was a beatdown. Jonquil Jones came back like she had something personal to prove. She was dominating. Stewie. Lights out. Sabrina Ionescu. Splashing everything in sight. The Liberty wasn't just hoopin'. They were sending a message to the entire league. But here's the thing. We ain't here to pile on the Fever. Because one player, she wasn't backing down from nobody. That's right. Sophie Cunningham showed up ready. She knocked down some cold-blooded threes, especially when things started getting heated. You could tell she wanted all the smoke. But the New York crowd, man, they weren't having it. Sophie Cunningham got hit with a wave of boos. Loud, aggressive, full-on disrespect. And I'm sitting here like, wait, what? Since when did Sophie become the villain? Pull up the stat sheet. She dropped 15 points, played 33 minutes, grabbed a couple boards, and honestly, looked real locked in. It was one of her better showings this season. But that didn't stop the fans at Barclays Center from letting her hear it. And now, there's actual footage circulating of Sophie getting booed right after hitting one of those clutch threes. Let's roll the clip real quick, because this one had me raising an eyebrow. I always thought Sophie Cunningham was a fan favorite, but clearly, New York had other plans. Big shout out to the homie Andy on Twitter for catching this one man. Gotta give credit where it's due. He grabbed some wild footage from last night's game. He tweeted out, Sophie Cunningham gets booed and drops 5 threes against the New York Liberty. Never shaken, never rattled, she swallows the hate and spits threes right back in the haters' faces. Phew. Bars. And he's not lying either. Sophie was locked in, man. Ice cold. Let's go ahead and run this audio clip for y'all real quick. This is straight from the Barclays Center last night. Just listen to the crowd. You can feel the tension. New York fans were not holding back. But guess what? Sophie wasn't folding under the pressure. She was cooking. Roll the tape. You gotta hear this one for yourself. Yeah, not a great look for New York, man. I'm just being real. 'Cause as you can clearly see, Sophie Cunningham was cooking out there. Straight fire. She wasn't just hitting shots. She was torching the Liberty, bro, coming down the stretch like a sniper. Boom. Another bucket. Like, y'all booing this woman? Come on now. Watch this right here. Sophie in the corner. Bang. Money. That's why they were mad. That's exactly why the crowd was tight. They were throwing boos, and she was throwing buckets right back at him. But wait, she ain't even done. Peep this next one. Pull up 3 cash. This is what you need from your role players when one of your stars is out, especially with Caitlin Clark sidelined. That's a big hole in the offense, and Sophie said, I got it. I'm tipping my hat to her, man. Real talk, she showed out. That kind of confidence, that kind of resilience in a hostile arena, that's big time. And all y'all watching, you should respect that too. Honestly, over these last few games, Sophie's been stepping up huge and proving her worth. Standing on business like a pro. And yeah, people been hating, I've seen it. But at this point, it's like, why? She's out there handling hers, game after game. Now look, Indiana did lose 84-98, no denying that. But with the way Sophie balled out, that was a personal W for her. And don't sleep, Kelsey Mitchell dropped 29. Aaliyah Boston had a clean double-double with 15 and 12, and Natasha Cloud added 13 and 6. That's solid production. Sure, you'd want more from someone like Erica Wheeler, but hey, it was a tough matchup. I told y'all before the game it was gonna be rough, and it played out that way. But the boos? The disrespect towards Sophie Cunningham? Totally uncalled for, man. Just calling it like I see it.
What's wrong with you? How would you say, like, conditioning wise and everything that you felt?
Yeah, I mean, it felt great to be back out there. Obviously, it's been a while since I've been on the court, but my teammates have held it down while I was out, and everybody was excited for me to be back in, and I was just as excited. So, I really enjoyed the moment. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, it was great. My conditioning, I feel like I'm like at an 8 right now out of 10, so I'm in a good spot.
JJ, welcome back. One for you, Sandy, one for you. JJ, for you, was there anything that you felt like you're used to being able to do on the court that you weren't able to do tonight? And Sandy, for you, I'm just wondering, early on, was there a moment that JJ had where it was just sort of this reminder of, oh, she's back?
For me, no, not really. I think I could have done a little bit better job of like being more balanced in the post and like making my post moves. But other than that, everything else felt good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, first play of the game. I mean, she got the 3, so that was nice. That's a JJ, classic JJ. But her ability to seal and really, the pressure that she gets in the post to seal and hold it and have balance and finish. We would have liked a few more, but she worked really hard.
JJ, for you, I think it was the last 3 you hit in the second half. It sort of broke the game open. I saw you were doing your best air guitar. Just take me through the choice behind, that celebration. And, was there a song in your mind that you were playing?
Nah, there wasn't really a song on my mind. I did it at the beginning of the game when we were doing our like starting lineup introductions to Sabrina because she won a 3-point contest. And then, I don't know, it just came back to me after I hit that shot and it just felt like a lot of fun. And, I just decided to have fun with it and not be too uptight. So I'm happy I did it.
And Leo, for you, I'm just curious, what was there a moment for you when you realized, yeah, JJ's back? You could feel that.
First play of the game. It's that easy.
Hey, Coach. Here in the front. It was a big run to end the game after Indiana kind of was comfortable and efficient first half. Just what changed on a defensive end for you guys to come back like that?
Yeah, look, I didn't think we executed our scout very well at both ends of the floor. We didn't handle their pressure. We're on our back foot. It was more like, okay, if once we do that, let's just be a little bit smarter in how we want to play. But starting on the defensive end, we're having late pickups. We weren't at the point of the screen. Kelsey Mitchell, obviously, she had a great game. She's a hard guard, but we're getting things a little bit too easy. I think we picked up. We got a little bit more disruptive, a little bit more physical in our actions, and that created some turnovers, but also allowed us to get out and run. And then we started moving the ball. I mean, against a team that wants to pressure, you can't just try and keep it on one side or up high. We got a little bit smarter with how we played, and then we started to make shots and get on our front foot. And, once again, I went to that big lineup. It's my trusted big lineup. It never hasn't failed me yet. So, and that was good. It got us some momentum and back in the game.
And for the players, to us, it seems like Izzy Harrison's gotten more comfortable since her addition here to New York. Just, to us, she looks comfortable. Like, are you seeing the same thing? Like, what has changed with her on the court?
Yeah, I think she looks, like you said, extremely comfortable. I know for a fact, like coming into like our offense and like what we're running, sometimes it's really hard to like learn it. And so it takes a little bit of time, and you see the difference like with a player that's been in the system a while and like really understands like the expectations, the movements, like ways that they can affect the game. And I think you really see that with Izzy now, is that she's really feeling it and she understands what we're trying to do out there, and she's looking great.
Hey, John Quell. Over her last 4 games, Leo is now averaging 15.8 points per game on 70% shooting.
Love the stats. Stat me miles.
What have you seen from Leo's, especially offensive aggressiveness, these last couple of games?
Yeah, I think she's playing amazing, obviously, and we've been telling her to be aggressive, and that's what we need from her. And I feel like the choices that she makes, and obviously her basketball IQ is very high, so it's very rarely a time when she takes a bad shot or makes a poor decision. So we just need her to continue to just play her style of basketball, and we're going to continue to be great.
Hey, I also had a question for JJ. Sabrina hits a 3 to kind of cap a big run and emotes down the court, and you kind of embrace her. I just wanted to ask, when did you realize, maybe it was before you joined the team, just how competitive she is and in those moments, and how big a part of that competitiveness is a part of like her, her game and just her personality on her?
I mean, I think I've known that she's a competitor, like with all the stuff that she's done in college, and obviously you have to be a competitor to be able to, be such an elite collegiate athlete. And she came into the league with a lot of expectations, and she's grown and she stepped into all of that, and she's really realizing her potential. So, I mean, getting on the team with her, I saw it firsthand. She wants to be great. She wants to do all the little things to help us win. And, I was talking to her before that fourth quarter, just letting her know, like she's going to be kind of like the nail in the coffin for them. And just like anytime she has the ball in the open court, I'm setting early screens to kind of get her open. And then she hits that first shot off the drag that, I said, and I'm just like, I told you. And then she hit the big three, and then I ran down like, I told you. So, just staying in her air and just understanding that, at different points in the games, it's all going to be, different people that we call upon, but just staying ready because your time is going to come. And when we're all flowing like that, we're a really hard team to stop.
On the note of Sabrina, Coach, what were you and Sabrina talking about when she was sitting on the bench for a little bit in the third and the fourth?
I just told her to stay ready. I was always going to go back to her. But I went at that stage. I just went with the players that were getting us back into the game. But she's one of the great